Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Oh my goodness, I am struggling to keep up with what day of the week it is. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Hi, guys. Welcome along tonight. I can see there's quite a lot of you have already jumped on. I know we're going to expect a lot of people tonight, so that's great. We've had a lot of people signing up. And tonight we are going to be looking again through Stay Connected, which is one of the 8 pillars that we've put together at Amway to really help support you guys through what we know is a really challenging time, but also a time that can be quite amazing with the business that you have on offer to you. So we want to help you really make some of the more challenging times ahead a lot easier for you. And one of the pillars that we have is called Stay Connected. And that really is looking at how you can continue to connect with your customers, continue to connect with your team, and also with all the information that we have available to you. So that's through digital tools and social media, and lots of the platforms that are out there for you. So I can see quite a few names up there, which is great. So welcome along, guys. I'll get you to jump in the chat box if you can. Just let me know that you can hear me, that you can see the slide. So you'll see the Amway #Stay Connected slide up there as well, just so we know it's all working. For those of you that I don't know, welcome on board tonight. My name is Sally Baker. I'm the National Trainer for Amway of Australia and New Zealand, and we are tonight in the final module of a 4-part series that we've put together to help you stay connected. And in module 1 we took an overview of some of the tools that are actually out there that you can use, and that some of our leaders are using, our IBO leaders are using currently with amazing results, and they're really inspiring us, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that they are out there. So that's what we looked at in module 1. And the other thing in module 1 we looked at was social selling tips as well, because we know that's the way you're going to be reaching your new customers at this point in time. So that's really important to be all over your socials as well. Now in module 2 we looked at a few of the digital platforms that are available, and specifically, oh goodness, I'm tripping words tonight. Specifically, we took a look at group meetings, which are really taking off at the moment, and in particular we looked at Zoom. We've been Zooming a lot in our household. If you've joined me the last couple of weeks, you would have heard me talk about that. And I also spoke about Facebook Live, and that's around live streaming and how important that is to help grow your engagement on social platforms. So particularly with Facebook Live, we know that a lot more people will watch that if you are going live and putting up a video on Facebook as well. In module 3, which was last week, we went through larger group chats, and we spoke about GoToWebinar, particularly good if you have a much larger group. We tend to use Zoom very specifically for sort of that either 1 to 10 group sizes, just because that way everyone can talk to each other. Once you get more than 10, everyone starts talking over the top of each other. You can certainly run groups where you actually mute all of the attendees through Zoom, but if it's a larger group and you want a more professional feel to it, we do find that GoToWebinar is the way to go. And we also last week spoke about group chats, which I really learned a lot when I was doing some research for this, because I've used a little bit around WhatsApp, and more for a very social way of using it. But I hadn't really heard much about WeChat and how, it's got over 1 billion users. It is a Chinese-based company and it's growing very quickly over there. But it would, group chats, I think, are definitely something that we all need to keep an eye on, particularly because we're all in business, and they're using group chats a lot more now in business over there. So, when it starts taking off and over 1 billion people using it, we know it's something to keep an eye on. So definitely do some research into that one. And as I said tonight, module 4, we are going to be really deep diving into our Amway digital tools tonight. We do have a lot of them available. I know they can be somewhat overwhelming. Most people and IBOs that I speak to tend to use 1 or 2 of our digital tools, but we just want to let you know what is out there, what's available to you, and what you can really use in this time when we might be a little bit quieter than usual. Okay. For anyone that didn't attend any of the other modules, we are going to be putting them up on our website and on our YouTube channel. So I'll show you where you can go to go back if you've missed any of those as well. So module 4, we're going to be deep diving into our socials, our Amway social media content and where to find everything. Also our resources. So I know a lot of you have probably used our downloads and our videos in the past, but now that we have our new website, they are actually stored in a different location. So I thought I'd just quickly run through with you where you can actually find those now. And we have been asked that quite a lot over the last few weeks. I thought it'd be good just to review that. Then we'll take a look at our e-learning and also our Studio IBO, which are both fantastic platforms to get loads more information about your business, your mindset, and also product education there as well. Now, I always put this into every presentation or each of the modules, so you'll probably hear this as being quite repetitive, but I know over the past few months, life has been crazy. Life has been very stressful. We're in, I don't want to say the word because I hear it so much these days, but we're in really unprecedented times, and not knowing what's coming can be really scary for people. A lot of people might be worried about where the next paycheck's coming from, whether they're going to have a job down the track as well, the health and safety of themselves and everybody around them. So it's quite stressful, and I know I certainly am not usually one to go down that spiral, but I even got quite, hung up on waking up every morning and grabbing my phone and sort of checking the news and what has changed, what more restrictions have we got in our lives? Are the kids able to go to school or not? It was spiraling down so quickly, and I think we all started to get very stressed and nervous and anxious. And I know that certainly came out, I saw in a lot of posts and social that was going up. You could feel the nervousness of people. And I think this is a time that while, yes, we are always going to have that going on, it's always going to be more stressful than our average day to day because things are changing and it is all unknown. But there are some great things that we need to really focus on at this point in time as well. And I think number one is we can't be with people face to face and physically at the moment, but we should be so incredibly grateful that we are in a time where we have these amazing digital platforms and tools that we can use to stay connected. Even I saw a meme on Facebook yesterday, and they said, imagine if this had have happened 15 years ago and you've got your old Nokia phone that all you could do with it was send text messages and take phone calls. It would have been a totally different experience. Now, my kids, even as we speak, are downstairs Zooming their cousins. And you would think, the way that they all talk to each other, the way that, or the things that they do, you would think they're in the same room. They see each other, they don't miss each other because they're still connecting, they're still seeing each other's faces, they're still, doing everything that they would probably do. I have two older boys who just like to play video games with their cousins, by the way. So that's what they love to do, and they're having a ball. And because we're not running around all the time, we're not, rushing up in the morning, getting everyone ready and dressed and packing lunches and putting on shoes and socks and racing out the door. Mornings are so much easier, so much more relaxed. Afternoons, we're not rushing to soccer and ballet and tutoring and music classes. Everything has slowed down, and I know, my husband's still going to work. I'm working from home. We're both very lucky for that. We've got 3 primary school kids at home. It could go either way there, but they've been fantastic. We've relaxed the rules a little bit for them. But you know what? We're all so much more relaxed and so much more positive and happy because we've got time to just chill out. And I think that's something that we all need to sort of take away. Just have that little bit of downtime for yourself whenever you can grab it as well. And also having that extra time means, you've got this amazing business at your fingertips. And historically, Amway and most businesses that run in a similar way, where you can become your own boss, have done incredibly well in a time when people are losing their jobs because they're looking for that side hustle. They're looking for an independent source of income. So you guys are way ahead of the game because you're already there. You already understand it. This is the time that you can help people. You know, you can bring them into the business and you can really help them make a change to their life. How does that all start? It all starts by changing yourselves as well. So really focusing in on how you can grow your mindset around your business and growing your business, and also around education of the products. So that's really what we're going to be focusing on tonight. You know, how can you really focus in on the tools that we have available for you to help you further and grow your business? So the best way, you know, and someone asked me this, we ran this webinar this morning as well, and someone actually said to me, what's the best way to promote products? And it's socials. It's all socials. That's exactly how you're going to get yourself out there. Now, in module 1, we did go through some social tips and also some of the rules and regulations around how you can actually use social media to grow your business. So it's really important that you go back to module 1 if you haven't already seen that and just review that information. But we do have some great Facebook pages ourselves and some great socials, and you can actually share a lot of that information onto your own pages. So while it's a really good idea to intersperse your own personal business brand and who you are on those pages and support to people, you know, that's where you can then, you know, I don't want to say pilfer, but that's when you can share the information on these fantastic pages. It's been beautifully curated, has all the claims and features and benefits that are allowed to be put up on socials as well. So let's take a little bit of a look at all of the socials that we have. And I want to actually demo them for you tonight because otherwise I'm just going to be talking and talking and, you know, you're not seeing exactly where to get this information and what's available. So I think it's best if we demo it and I'll just show you what pages are there for you. It does mean a little bit of backwards and forwards with the slides, so I apologize if you get a bit dizzy. Let me know, but I'll see how we go. So the first one we're going to take a look at is our Facebook page, which is the Facebook of Australia and New Zealand. So that's our main page. Here we go. All right, so this is our Amway Facebook page. Now you get here, you can either go onto our website and just go right down to the footer and you'll see all the social icons there. I'll show you that when we go into the website as well, but that's one way to get there. Or you can simply go into your Facebook account and search up here in the search bar for Amway of Australia and New Zealand. If you're looking on a mobile device, it's a little bit different, but you just need to look for this magnifying glass, which is the search option. So then we scroll down and what you'll see is all of the updates that we send through to you guys. So this is not only where you'll get product updates, but you'll just get updates about the company as well and anything pertaining, you know, any new information that's coming through. A lot of gold will be on here. So a lot of information that, you know, if you are, or if you're Facebook page is very much focused on maybe home care. You know, we've got options for you to share that along. So you can see there's a good one that someone could share for home care. This is one that you're going to be sharing more likely with your team. So a great message from Doug DeVos. If you haven't had a look at that one yet, I highly go and recommend you go and have a look. And then we've also got some of our fantastic IBO leaders who have actually put together videos on how to use Zoom, you know, what they're using that's really working for them at the moment, connecting remotely as well. So yeah, loads of information. If you are not or if you haven't liked the page, then definitely jump on. So all you want to do is once you get onto Facebook, make sure you like it. And then you also need to choose to see all of the posts that are going to be coming up for Amway. That way you can keep track of everything in your feed, or you can just come into this page once or twice a day to see all the updates that are going on, but it's usually easier if you like it, and then choose to have all of those feeds coming up as well. Okay, so that's our Facebook page. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and like I said, it's really good to keep you updated with your business on both products and also business news, but it's also great for product information that you can share with your customers as well. Okay. We do also have some very specific pages for both artistry and excess energy. So they're great if you want more information. Artistry is such a beautiful visual product and marketed so incredibly well. So it's got its own page just because there's so much content that comes out. And if you're very focused on artistry, make sure that you do join up with that one. You'll get a lot of content that you can share with your team. Same with excess energy. If health is a really big focus, make sure you do sign up for that one, because you'll get a lot of content that you can share with your team around the products as well. And again, it's marketed really well for the sports people and sports teams as well. Okay. So that's Facebook. And then we've also got our Instagram pages as well. So again, we have quite a few Instagram pages. We've got the Amway Australia. That is actually Amway Australia and New Zealand. I think it's just to do with the length of the titles there. We've also got the Excess Energy ANZ, the Artistry ANZ, and also the NutriWay ANZ. Now, oh, I forgot to open this one. So this is a really good chance for me to show you how to actually get to our Instagram page. So this is a test website here, guys, as you'll see, ANZ test one. So just bear with me. Not all of the information is here, but we'll get exactly what we need from it tonight. But to go to any of your socials, all you need to do is scroll to almost the very bottom of any page once you are logged in. And you'll see over here it says connect with Amway. You've got your Facebook icon. So if you click on that, you get taken to the page that we were just on. And here we are going to go into our Instagram page. So I've just clicked on the Instagram icon. And here we are on the Amway Australia and New Zealand page. So it hasn't logged me in properly, but I'm just going to get rid of that so we can have a quick look at what is on the page. So these are all the posts that you'll see. Instagram, if you haven't used it before, is very visual. So it is a lot of photos and images on the home page. When you see them on the scroll, they will have like a paragraph or so of information to go with it, sometimes less, sometimes more. And if you do, I think because we're not logged in, it may not let me. Yeah, okay. Usually if you do click on these tiles, you'll get all of that information will pop up on your tag as well. For those of you that aren't aware, so these are all the tiles that we're seeing here on our homepage. You've also got something called IGTV, which is basically, it's very similar, I guess, to a Facebook video, a Facebook Live, but it's a video that gets stored on your Instagram account. So that's we will be putting lots of video up on there as well, so make sure that you check that out. And the other thing is these stories up the top here. So there's a lot more content actually stored, and I'm not sure if, okay, no, it's not going to. So you can create stories in Instagram and then you can save them up to these little tiles here. So these are basically just topics. You can open them. There might be 4 or 5 different videos or tiles in there that you can view on that different topic. We do tend to find with Instagram, it does tend to be the under 35s that are really using this quite heavily at the moment. So really think about your target audience as well. You can't always sort of suit everybody. And if you are not yet on socials, my big tip to you would be just focus on one to begin with. It can be quite overwhelming if you're trying to get your Facebook page and your Instagram and your YouTube account and everything else working. So just focus on one at a time and really pick that based on your audience. So if you are used to working with your 25-year-old athletes, then Instagram is probably going to be the best one for you. If you are actually used to working with mums around beauty, they might be in their sort of early 40s, then I would say Facebook would be the way to go. Okay, so just tailor it to your clients, I think, is the best way to do it. Okay, so I've just got some questions. Let me just pop over here and I want to answer these before we get moving. You'll be emailing. Okay, someone just had a question about some of the slides. Just shoot me an email. So you would have received an email with the link for this webinar, just shoot me an email back and we can have a discussion about that. But all of the webinars are recorded, so we will be putting those up online. I believe we're just waiting till all 4 modules are done, and we'll put them on back to back there. I'll show you where at the end of the slide, end of the presentation as well. And one more question, if you have an idea. Oh, I'll come back to that one because I'm not quite sure of that question. It's a bit of a longer one. I'll keep going, and then at the very end, if I have a chance, I'll come back and answer that one. Okay. All right. So that's Instagram. As I said, we don't just have, so that was the one, that was the Amway Australia and New Zealand one that we just looked at, which when you're entering it into Instagram to find it, it's just Amway Australia. We've also got the Excess Energy ANZ, the Artistry ANZ, and the Nutri ANZ, and they're all beautifully curated. All the product information will be there, and a great way to sort of promote the product on your pages as well, which again, you can share those. Okay. Now, the next one, which tends to get left off quite a bit, but it's actually an amazing resource just to learn more about the business, and there's so much content that's actually on it, which is our YouTube page. So let's take a look. Oh, again, I forgot to open that one. I was a bit slack with doing that. So I'm going to go back to our Amway page, which of course has just logged me out because we've been out of it for a little while. Sorry guys, bear with me. So if you haven't logged into the new website, guys, make sure that you do. If you've had any issues with logging in, please either give the call center or the contact center a call, or we are also running some extra webinars, probably about 2 weeks' time. I don't want to sort of put it out too early, but it's probably going to go into the calendar in around 2 weeks' time. So definitely keep your eyes open for that. And if you do have any questions, please shoot them through to me. As I said, you can just answer the email that you got sent with the link for this webinar, because then I can tailor the webinar around what it is that you guys really need as well. But this is the new website. And as I said, just scroll right down to get to any of our socials, and almost at the bottom you'll see all of the social icons over to the right hand side here. We've just seen Facebook and Instagram, and now we're going to take a look at our YouTube page, which I said really, underutilized. I think we've got so much gold on this page, so much video content from IBOs all over the world, from Steve and Doug, a lot of our great events that we've had, a lot of business updates there as well, and pretty much any webinar that we do will be recorded and put on here too. So you can see lots of artistry, how-to videos, all about the well-being and how the products are used. As well, and lots of how-to guides in there as well. So check that out. It's invaluable. I think we really need to start utilizing this one a lot more. If you haven't been on there yet, I'd highly recommend that you do. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back to the slides again. Sorry guys, as I said, we're going backwards and forwards quite a bit on this webinar, so I hope you're not getting too dizzy just yet. Now, I've already spoken a little bit about the new Amway website. As I said, it is, it's been up and running for almost not that long. Oh my goodness, it's gone incredibly quickly, but less than 2 months. It has seemed to go really well. We've had great feedback, particularly with the ease of ordering, and also click and collect, which has been incredible timing. I actually spoke to one of the business centre managers today, and they said they are just absolutely flat out with click and collect. They're actually busier than they've ever been, because they're putting together all the click and collect orders, and it's fantastic because in Australia we're a bit worried. Business centres have obviously had to close to customers and IBOs, but they can still go and pick up their click and collect orders. So that's going great guns, which is amazing that we've had the new website up and running just in time for that to actually happen. Now, one thing that we have been getting asked quite a lot is that we used to have some incredible resources on the old website, which were things like downloads. We used to call them sell sheets, and it was basically explaining, or a printout explaining what a product was, what were some of the benefits, the ingredients. They could print it off and give it to their team or to customers so that they could see what their products were about. Now, we've still got them. In fact, we're increasing the amount of these resources that we have available to you. The only difference is that we're actually keeping them in a slightly different place now. So from now on, all of the sell sheets are going to be kept with the individual product. So the way to find them is to just basically find that product that you're after. The way that I'm going to show you tonight is just to pop it into the search bar. So you can just see up here on the top right-hand corner, with your little magnifying glass, that's your search bar. You just pop in the title of the product. You can actually use the SKU or the VS number up there as well. You'll get the products popping up here, basically relating to either the number or the product that you've put in. We're going to go ahead and click on X because that's what we were after. And it will take you straight through to what's called the product listing page. It gives you all the information about the product. It's going to tell you the pricing. It's going to tell you whether it's in stock and any availability. You can add it to cart, wish list, and auto ship from here. You've also got down here what we call the accordion. So this is basically more information about a product. Pretty simple. So as you can see here, you can have a good read through, and this is really, we're going digital. This is the way of the future. Well, I say the way of the future, but it really is the way of now. This is how people are finding their information. They want to jump on, one-stop shop. What is this product about? Why should I be taking it? So this is exactly where all this information is now. So you've got the product info, you've got your features and benefits. You've got all your nutritional information, which for X is a very large panel because you've got so many vitamins, nutrients, and minerals in there. And then down the very bottom here, the last of the accordions, it says resources. So this is where all of those downloads are now stored. So you can see with X, we've got the information sheet, the FAQs, and we've also got two brochures. So you've got the abbreviated brochure and the 14-page, the larger brochure. Also with our resources of videos, so we are, that's one of our big projects over the next year or so is to really start creating more video content because we know that's the way that people like to consume information in short video bites nowadays. So you'll see a lot more of those coming up, particularly for our favourite products, our top products as well. Okay, there we go. So pretty easy to get to those. It's just about being able to navigate to the individual product, and then you'll actually find those resources at the bottom of those accordion or those more information boxes there. Okay. Hopefully that's nice and clear for everybody. I know that's been one of the biggest questions that I've actually had with the new website, which is actually a good sign because it means everything else seems to be kind of working okay, which is good. All right, so look, next I'm going to take you through eLearning and also Studio IBO. So these are part of the education that we have available to all IBOs that you can access anywhere, anytime, as long as you've got internet access. They're both mobile friendly, which means, we're not doing it so much these days, but if maybe you're commuting and you've only got a short period of time, you can actually do a lot of this education on your mobile phone, on a tablet as well, but also it's available on a desktop. Now, the way that you get to these education platforms is very simple. We go up to the navigation bar just underneath the Amway logo, and you'll see at the end there it says education. So I'll go ahead and click on that. If you scroll down, you'll get a little bit of information about what trainings we have on offer and what we do. You've got your e-learning platform, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. You've got your product and brand resources, so you can actually get to some of those resources from here as well, but the majority of them will actually be kept underneath the product. So particularly if we're looking at, say, X and we want to give someone some information about that, it's there. If there's something around a brand, and this is where you'll actually find it. Okay. We've also got Studio IBO, which is e-learning it's got some product info. Well, it is product information basically. It's learning about a product. It's learning about the brand. There's social selling in there as well, and there's some business information. But Studio IBO is really where you're going to be getting more business focused information. So it's more about how can you grow your business, what levels do you need to achieve for X, Y, and Z, and ways to lead your team well. So that's really what Studio IBO is. And then at the very end, we've got upcoming trainings as well, which I'm sure you guys have all found because you're all in this webinar. That's where you'll find out about any upcoming webinars there too. So I've just clicked on e-learning because we're going to take a quick look at this site first. We're just going to wait for it to load. Yeah, and everyone's on their internet at this time in the evening, particularly at the moment when everybody's stuck at home. It's a little bit slower. But here we go. All right, we are onto our e-learning site. So now all of our e-learnings are basically short courses that you can take, which will provide you information on the product or about the business. So as you can see up here, we've got what we call our featured courses. They're usually new courses that are coming out. They might be around new products. You can see the Artistry Startup has been has really just taken off basically. There's some video content in there, some reading for you to do, but they tend to be fairly short courses. And there is a quiz that you need to take once you've finished it, and then you'll get certificates and marks and achievements for actually completing those as well. If we take a look just a little bit further down here, we go into sort of our categories basically. And it's broken down into quite a few categories, as you can see. First, we've got our sell through social media. We've got all our products, starting your IBO journey, how to build your business, more selling tips, and also leadership tips as well. Now, product information is one I'll show you first. So this is really, where e-learning sort of stands out. I think it's really based around the product and the brand as well. So it's really important as an IBO, if you're out there speaking to customers about a product, it's so important that you understand the product and also understand, the ethos of the brand and how you can speak to people around the product. And I think there's nowhere more true of that than when you're talking about health and wellness. There are certain things that we can and can't say around our product, and it's really important that you're aware of that. And it's through this e-learning under health and wellness that we do have what we call the consulting series. And that's going to just really, quickly, easily take you through what it is that you can and can't say. We've also got a lot of product, just singular product courses. So you can see down here, we've got XX, and over here in our conversation cards, that's also where you'll see a lot of the individual products. So we've got quite a lot there, and particularly all of our top selling and favorite NutriWay products there. We've also got a great course which is called the Health Expert Program, and that's really deep diving into what are vitamins, what are minerals, what's the breakdowns of protein, fats and carbs, and how many of those should you be having, talking a little bit more about herbals, and also how to then move on and actually work with people and sell the product. So that's all in there with health and wellness. Very similar with beauty as well. You'll see under there's the health and beauty products, and again with home living. I'm just going to go back to the homepage because one to really note here, we spoke in module 1 about selling tips and social selling tips. I would highly recommend that you jump on here and go through the sell through social media course. There are 56 units to this, which sounds incredibly long. Don't be too daunted by it though. They are very short units and they're just videos to watch that tend to go for somewhere between like 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So I think I probably got through this while doing other things in about a day. But invaluable information. So if you are using socials in any way, shape or form, please make sure that you do jump on there and check them out. But that's the e-learning platform. As I said, you do a quiz at the end of each course. They're very easy, short quizzes, and then you'll get your little badges as you go through and achievements and certificates as you start completing all of those courses. Okay. Now, next we're going to take a very quick look at Studio IBO. So Studio IBO, we get there through a very similar method that we got to eLearning, which is up here through the Education tab in the top navigation bar. And you can see Studio IBO just down there. Now I have got it open, which will be a little bit quicker for me to get there rather than relying on the internet. Here we go. So when we open it up, basically it's articles, videos, and slideshows. So very easy to consume, very short and very sharp. These ones tend to be like the articles tend to, I think they say around about 1.5 to 2 minutes to read. Most of the video content is under 2 minutes, and the slideshows will only take you a few minutes to get through as well. So it's little bits of information, good information, gold information that is really important, but that you consume quite quickly as well. So I'm just going to quickly scroll down and show you some of the content that is actually available on here. Now it's broken into 4 categories, which is called nurture, manage, develop, and sponsor. And they're all around nurturing you as a business owner, helping you manage your team, developing yourself and your mindset and your growth, and also helping you with sponsoring as well. So some great articles and slideshows that you can, do while you're busy doing other things as well. If you've got the kids at home, it's still possible because they're short to focus on them for long enough to get that information as a takeaway as well. Again, it works very similar to eLearning where there will be a short quiz once you've completed what they call a unit, which is usually a couple of those articles or slideshows, and then you get points as well. So yeah, they all start to occur over time. And it's quite an intuitive platform. So it will actually register what you've completed and what you really liked, and then it will start giving you more of those articles. And there's a lot of content to get through with this. The more you do, the more content it will keep presenting to you. So you can constantly keep learning and growing for you and your business with Studio IBO. Here we go. All right, does anyone have any questions at all around some of the platforms? And I know, I apologize, I know we did go quite quickly. It was really just more of an overview of a lot of those platforms that we do have for you. And, I had to go quickly because we've actually got so many of them for you to be able to access there as well. And all of those trainings are at your fingertips 24/7. As long as you've got internet access, you'll be able to connect with all of those trainings. Now, as you would have seen over the last 4 modules, we really took a deep dive into what platforms are actually available to help you guys continue to grow your business and to really connect with your teams, with your customers, and also with new customers as well. None of these platforms are always going to be perfect, but do your research into them, find out what's going to work best for you and your team. The platforms that we have spoken about are the ones that we have seen work incredibly well for other IBO leaders, and also, for ourselves as well. And that's why we've recommended them over the course of the Stay Connected series. So hopefully you've had some takeaways from that. In regards to webinars, please keep your eyes out. We are delivering a lot of webinars over the coming weeks to months. So while you guys are stuck at home, we're going to be working hard to bring you lots and lots of updated information. Nutway and Artistry is going to be going great guns. I know Artistry has already taken off with some startup training, and we'll be back on board with Nutway next week, which I'm very excited about. And we'll also be doing some training on the new website, so keep your eye out for that. We've got the consultants working incredibly hard on some Facebook videos and lives for you in the background at the moment. So they're really excited to be able to bring it to you. They're finding it a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys will find it fun as well. And lots of really juicy content information and product information they'll be delivering on Facebook as well. So if you haven't joined up, make sure that you like our Facebook page. And also the consultants are now open to do Zoom consultations, so they'll be able to be booked in and have a one-on-one consultation with any of the health and beauty consultants, Australia and New Zealand wide. So if you're regional and you haven't been able to get to one of our business centres and see one of our beautiful consultants, you can now do that. So all you need to do is jump onto our website page, which I will give you the info for in a minute, and you'll be able to book with one of the consultants through our booking platform there. I know they've started this week and they're all very excited and absolutely loving it. So where to go for some more help? Basically what we've just spoken about is where you'll also get a lot more help as well. So the new website, there's lots of resources on there, and where we saw those social links, that's where you can go to get to our Facebook page and all of our socials, and get more information about what's going on with the company, and any update will also be on our website if there's a major change as well. Our customer service team is still working very, very hard. They have moved to remote working now, and they are doing some extended hours just, to make sure that they're answering everybody's questions. So if you do have any, please, they're still working, and they're available to answer your phone calls and emails. Our business centres, as I said, they're going amazingly well with click and collect. In New Zealand, they have been shut down. As you guys will know, I've seen a few from New Zealand online tonight. With your stage 4 restrictions, the business centre was totally closed and the warehouse was only open for essential deliveries. I believe I've just spoken to our New Zealand consultant this morning, and she said as of next week, they're going to be running on a very similar system to Australia, where it will be click and collect only, but those guys are just raring to get back into the store and start putting those click and collect orders together. They've all sort of said they've never been more excited to go to work, and they're really, really keen to get back in and start getting those orders together and start doing some more work in the background for you guys as well. So they're all going to be on board with that. And as I said, our consultants are all, they're going in to the business centres, but they're only seeing clients via Zoom at the moment. If you do want to book in a consult with one of our beautiful consultants, a health or wellness consultant or a beauty consultant, the best place to go is to the very top link that I've got here, which is amway.com.au, or if you're in New Zealand.co.nz/dashboard/stay-connected. If you scroll down, I think it's the bottom tile, you'll see it says book a consultation. Click on there and you'll get taken through to our booking system. There you can choose who you would like to book with and what consult you'd like to have. Now for some more business information, we've also got the support for your business page. Lots of hyphens there, so I won't spell that one out for you, but you've got the idea. And that's where you'll get updates from Christine, from John, from leaders, and there's also a breakdown of what I spoke about much earlier in the webinar about the 8 pillars, of which Stay Connected is one of those, but all of the other pillars, which include things like free shipping on AutoShip, uplift on PVBV, and also some sales in there as well. But there's 8 different pillars, so do go ahead and check that out. Make sure that you are getting all the benefits of these big changes that we have made for you and the initiatives that we've put in place. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. I really appreciate your time. Just going to have one quick look for any more questions. Now, I know there was one question around building a website. My apologies, I'm not really sure about that one. If I can get you to actually send me an email just asking a little bit more with a bit more detail, then I'll try and get back to you on that one. But Christine, how to know more about policies and procedures. In particular, if you're looking around policies and procedures for socials, the best place to go is to that e-learning course that I showed you. Let me just go back to it. Oh, did I close it down? I think I did. Here we go. So the e-learning course is definitely the best way to find out more about regulations and procedures, particularly when you're selling product online and talking about product. And just as a note, if you are selling Nutriway products, it is a slightly stricter method that we have to go through. So there's a course in here as well, in the sell through social media, that'll tell you exactly what you can and can't do there. So I hope that's helped. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. So all the other ones are just saying thanks for all the information. Yeah, there's a lot of learning, isn't there? I think even just in the e-learning courses alone, there's like over 100 hours worth of training that you can do, and we're constantly bringing more online as well. So you don't have to do it all at once, guys, as well. I know that can seem quite overwhelming. Just take one little bit each day, one course a day, take a look at one platform, maybe the Facebook page a day. Just put it down into those little bite-sized chunks. But as I said, we've got a little bit more time at the moment because we're not driving our cars to go and see clients face to face. So use that time to build your business in a different way, by increasing your knowledge about the products in your business as well. Cool. All right, guys. Well, on that note, I will leave you all to hopefully have a fantastic evening. Stay safe and well, and hopefully I will see you guys next week when we're going to be running a webinar on NutriWay. So back to my big passion. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you guys on that as well. It'll be next Tuesday. And also we've got artistry coming up this Thursday and the following as well. So keep your eyes out for that one. All right. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.